fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive.
Yo, welcome to another episode of TDC, the Daily Chop. We are your hosts. Joining you today, we are Damian Deshawn. This is my man 438. What's up with you, my brother?
What's up with you? What's up with you, man? Welcome to the motherfucking Daily Chop, where you know we on top and you know it don't stop, man. Shout out to our man Deshawn, the man with the plan. You know the man that put together everything behind the scenes, man. And shout out to all the choppers out there, man.
Shout out. Definitely, man. But y'all know what time it is. We ain't gonna waste too much time with you, but we just want to say once again, before we get into this bitch, like, share, and subscribe. Please do that. If you're on Twitter, you can stay on Twitter. Just go over, give us 11 seconds of your time on that side. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm. It keeps everything popping and moving. But without further ado, y'all know what time it is. It's no matter.
But understand something. Every time you go out, you got to prove your stripes. Score of every game when you start 0-0. You don't get to carry no points over. You don't get to carry anything over. You got to start. You got to finish. But here's the great thing: you control what happens to you.
Are we gonna let them beat us? No. Let's get out there and get on.
Hey man, it's tour duty season.
Yeah.
Winter. You know what time it is. It's get them weight up, get that strength up, get everything going. We like what we seen. We seen Track Star. He did a little video showing that his leg is good. He's healthy. We seen some video footage that they put out earlier this week or with them starting off tour duty. And you already know what we done said. We got our eye looking on that strength and conditioning.
Yeah.
We want to see fucking results. We don't want to see the bullshit. It's telling. What I have to say about it, man, is this. We seen some of this bullshit before. I want to see some shit different.
Yeah.
We know the coaches are out on the trail. They're doing what they do. But as far as what we're doing here back in what they're doing in Tally and what they're doing working out, man, I just want to see the results on the field show up in their strength and their body composition. I don't want to see no little ass linemen. I don't want to see no more damn guards playing tackle. But you go ahead and give your input, bro.
Man, I'm with you, man. The same thing with you. I really don't want to see none of that shit. To be honest, I just want to see work. That work, you feel me? And show us on the field, you feel me? Like, we watched all them videos and shit, and all that bitch went 2-10. We hyped that shit up all year, motherfucker, without that bitch went 2-10. So I don't want to see none of that shit, you feel me? I would always talk, if you having a bad, if your life going bad or you having a bad time, you got to rewire your brain. So, you know, say for instance, like, you know, you brush your teeth with your right hand, switch that shit up and brush with your left hand. So right now, start showing us the videos and just do the shit. Simple as that.
Exactly. And what's the old adage saying? You do the same thing and expect different results. It's called fucking insanity.
It's called fucking insanity.
It's insanity, bro. One thing I brought up to you, we noticed this young man here just decommitted, Rodney Colton Jr. He is a 6'1", 220 athlete, linebacker hybrid out of Noonan, Georgia. He's really close, probably about 40 minutes from me. I didn't get a chance to get any film on him, but he decommitted. He's been, I believe, crystal ball now to Tennessee, but he has stated that he plans to make visits to Tallahassee. So this is a prospect to keep an eye on. He is a class of 2026. So, you know, keep an eye on it, but don't, you know, it's 26. So we ain't going to just hype up every damn thing. But we just want to make sure we let our choppers know. Keep an eye out on that.
Yeah.
Let's go into our comments. Let's check and see what our choppers is doing. We want to give a shout out right quick. What up to our guy?
Shout out my boy Andre. Yeah, man, listen, you know I'm gonna stay tight, man. You know I'm gonna stay booted and zooted, man. You already know it's me, man.
It is, man. What up with your old ass? Shout out to our guy.
Shout out my nigga Ari, man.
What's up? Most definitely a loyal follower. Most definitely Miss Pretty Glow. How you
man,
doing,
shout out to Pretty Glow. Hey, that's a dog there, man. Shout out to Pretty Glow.
Appreciate you, man. Peter,
shout out my boy Pete, man. Pete always come through. Shout out to Pete, man.
Always, man. Some other things I want to talk about. I ain't gonna get in depth because we don't really know, but we know coming around on the 1st of February, ESPN will be looking into the contract with the ACC. You know, we at TDC, we don't give a fuck about all that shit. We want to see the wins and let the rest work itself out. But just to let the viewers know, choppers and anybody watching, y'all just keep an eye out on that and see if ESPN decides to basically say we ain't fucking with y'all or we fucking with y'all. And if they decide to no longer or to make changes to the contract or anything like that, that could give FSU the out that they need or the argument they need in litigation. This isn't a litigation look that's going to happen on February 1st. This is ESPN's dealings. What I've heard behind the scenes, they are negotiating, but we don't know where those negotiations are going to go. Everybody's at the table. We'll see how that shit plays out. But you got anything you want to add on it, bro?
Man, shit. If I was Florida State, man, I'm gonna take my right. I just want to get my rights back, get my TV rights back and all that. And I'm gonna go partner up with somebody like Tubi. I'm being honest. I'm gonna go partnership with Tubi. We could be the sole. You could be the sole football team on Tubi. Tubi is owned by Fox. You could flood that shit with Florida State content. We could air our games on. You know what I mean? And we could just grow and control our own brand and control everything. Get all that revenue instead of. You feel me? Working another deal like back out with the devil. You get what I'm saying? Like they already burnt us once. We can't go. You can't renegotiate with the devil. The devil will always win. So
I mean,
you feel me?
You're right. At least until 2027 or 2030, what they can do. Look, Florida State was once an independent before they joined the ACC. So throughout the 80s, if you go look, they were an independent program. It would allow for us to get that money. Notre Dame pocketed just off their first round, I believe, the first playoff game.
Yeah. 14. If I take 14.
Yeah, $14 million. That's just for that one appearance. That's not counting the semifinal and the final game. They lost the final game, but they won in the money bank. I mean, they get to keep all of that. Plus, they get a cut of the games, the bowl games. Every ACC team that made a bowl game, everybody put shit in the pot. You know, they get a little portion of that. A little portion of that shit too. So, I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea for FSU to return to independent status. But I see our guys, our choppers are back in here. We're going to go and shout out some more of our choppers here. What up?
My boy T. Murray, man.
What up? We got our guy, Ghost Gan. Where Breezy
Ghost Gang, shout out to Ghost Gang, man. Hey, man, Breezy been working this shit, man.
Working hard, man. That's all we can say. Andre, with your old ass, hey, I don't wear the pins. You do. Get that tussy. Man, it is what it is. But, man, we're going to bring this up, man. This man right here benefited from everything that we see live on the table. And he has been the loudest thumper for some correction and control. You know, a lot of arguments to be said about receipts. Well, y'all don't have receipts for the things it's done. But let's just put it this way, and I stand by this. Every prominent coach has done something to build the program or to maintain the program. From Urban Meyer, Bobby Bowden, Tom Osborne, Paterno, you name it.
Yeah.
These coaches did something, man. Bodies are buried to build the programs to where they became and what they became. To sit here and act like this man, and for him to sit here and be a fucking hypocrite and act like he didn't do this shit when the shit was deemed illegal and under the table, to now doing it over the table. Look at his proteges, Jimbo Fisher. Jeremy Pruitt is on the show clause now for giving out paper bags. You don't think he was giving out paper bags at Alabama when he was there for how many years? Come on, look at all the shit that's going on in Georgia off the field with Kirby. You don't think that shit wasn't going on in Tuscaloosa when he was there? Saban needs to get off his high horse, man. Full of shit. And a lot of people just eat this shit up because it's that the loyalty to what he did at Alabama. But it's bullshit. Is he the GOAT? You can call him the GOAT when it comes to winning national championships. But I'm old enough to remember those coaches like Tom Osborne and such, they were whooping his ass when he was at Michigan State. See, a lot of people don't remember that because the younger crowd and the younger generation don't know. Everybody had to start somewhere. Saban used, man, Lloyd Carr, but they used to whoop his ass at Michigan State. But go ahead, bro. If you got something to add on it.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna just go ahead and touch on what you were saying. Shit, my bad. This week kick my ass over here, but
you good, bro.
Let me touch on what you were saying, bro. Shit, yeah, man. To me personally, this shit got me wondering, man. It was Nick Came. I'm not questioning his coaching ability, but you can clearly tell, like, hell, he was winning because he was ahead of the game. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And now that the shit catching up, he see the future for Bama. He see what Bama is going to be. Back to mid-ass Alabama, and there's nothing he can do to stop it. That's why he NIL teams overspending for. Let's put this out there. Ohio State spent $20 million on a roster, but technically $13 million of them dollars were spent on retaining their current foundation, the players they recruited, the players they already had on their team. $13 million was spent on their team. You get what I'm saying? Then $7 million was spent in the portal. That's the same amount of money as Alabama spent in the portal. Alabama just didn't retain their players, and Alabama was really salty because of Caleb Downs.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? That they are salty because of Caleb Downs. But to be honest, man, this is back to Bama. If you have been watching football back from 2000 and 2008, Bama was mid as fuck. It was mid. And they going right back to it. And there's nothing Nick Saban can do. He can sit there, he could play, he could probably, this typical pale people shit. When shit don't go their way, they pout like little kids. Yeah, when shit don't go their way, they pout like little kids, man.
You're right. You're right. And it's exactly what me and another one of our guys, 205, we in that area. So we've seen this shit, bro. Just to touch on Alabama, like you said, man, from 2000, 2008, before Saban got there, even into the 90s, man, outside of 92 when they won the championship, they were up and down, man. They were inconsistent. They had some winning seasons, but nothing like what they experienced once he took over and the things he did. And then we can also credit it. Look at the situation that's happened with the big three between Florida, Miami, and Florida State. Saban reaped the biggest benefit off of each one of those programs up and down 10 years, whether it was Bobby's transition into Jimbo out, all of that, then with Florida and Meyer and all of that, and then you go in the Miami situation over the last 20 years. He's gotten how many kids out of Florida? Some of the biggest players and best players they've had over the last 15, 16 years came out of the state of Florida.
And to be honest with you, Deshaun, touch on what you said, a lot of people like to call this shit out with Bama, but see, one thing about it, I like to talk to old heads who really do their homework. Like somebody said, when Bama came up, when Miami was hit with them sanctions, when Bobby Bowden got hit with them sanctions, when the Gators got hit with them sanctions. When he turned around and did the same shit we couldn't do. We was doing it on the low, we couldn't pay. He turned around and just did it better. He figured out a way to pay his kids better to give them to come get out of, give them to Tuscaloosa. But he really had to wait till the big three failed before he could even win. Yeah,
he benefited. You look at what was the running back they got out of Pensacola, one of the first big recruits at that position. What's his name?
Trent Richardson.
You got Coop, Florida.
They got Trent Richardson, Amari Cooper, Derrick Henry, TJ Yeldon from Florida. Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
Ja'Cory Brooks, and just a ton of players they got.
Some of the receivers came out of Florida, not Smith, but the other one. Wasn't Judy out? Is Judy out of Florida?
Oh yeah, Jerry Judy.
Yeah,
Jerry Judy
yeah. But you just a couple of names. We're not even switching over to the defensive side of the ball to see where he benefited on the biggest part of his. Pat Surtain's son came out of Florida. So, I mean, just that state alone fed the Bama program. And to touch on one more thing before we transition, what you said about Ohio State was point on, man. A lot of people have this misconception that they spent money to get players out of the portal. No, that's what they mean when they was talking about homegrown. They kept their players in Columbus, and they added, look at the biggest name that they added from the portal was just their quarterback, which made a difference, Judkins and Downs. But if you look at everybody else, man, them cats didn't come from out of the portal.
No, they homegrown.
No, they were homegrown. I mean, the center they got from Bama, I think he ended up getting hurt.
He got hurt, and then Trayvon Henderson, but technically Trayvon Henderson wasn't this year. Trayvon Henderson team got to Ohio State.
Yeah, you're right. So they did get him out of the portal too. But if you look at the makeup of that team, majority of them kids were still Ohio State that they recruited out of high school.
Yeah, Jack Boyer, Ty Hamilton, Lathan Ransom, all of them.
JTT, yeah. A lot of them guys, the heart of that team was all homegrown, bro. But we're gonna touch on this next subject. I'm gonna bring it up because it kind of hit the news early in the week and over the last week. What's his name? Xavier Lucas. There's some shit coming down the pike. We don't know exactly where it's gonna go. In my opinion, it may just be a situation where they just pay the difference or whatever it is. But apparently, he signed a contract for this year, NIL wise, with Wisconsin, and I think it was like a 2-year deal. Allegedly, I put it out there because I may be wrong. But he has not formally entered the portal Wisconsin blocked him from entering the portal, but he is now at Miami enrolled, and he will be on their roster. One of the biggest things is the questions is tampering. Now we know everyone tampers. We know that's what's going on in football until they get it right. But with this House decision coming down and everything else, the biggest thing about it isn't just Wisconsin bitching about it. The Big Ten Conference itself has now joined the conversation with some of the accusations and the things that are being made, not only towards Miami, but what has happened as a whole. You care to elaborate a little bit more on it, man? You know any more?
Basically, from what I just heard, I heard it was nasty work. You know, I heard they did kind of nasty deal. You know, they did like some shady record label type shit to get the kids. You know what I mean? And my personal opinion is like, is it worth it? You know what I mean? Is he worth it? Like, he not worth, you know, what y'all trying to build. Y'all trying to at least get back to being relevant. Y'all don't need no sanctions or anything. This kid, I don't believe this kid is worth it. Yeah, he's from South Florida, this and that, but he not worth it, man.
Yeah,
he's not worth it.
It's not worth it, man. It's not. I'm gonna go back into our choppers. We're gonna catch up on some things that we're saying. Ari said, yeah, they was whooping that ass faithfully. He's talking about you on that mid.
he tried heavy on the mid. Yeah, they was mid as fuck. They was good as fuck. Yeah, they was heavy. Hey, I think Bama best running back until they got Trent Richardson was like, I think what, Ken Darby?
Yeah, Darby, and then before him, you got to go back to Sean Alexander.
Yeah, Sean Alexander.
And they got him out of Kentucky, so they weren't getting Florida kids like that. Yeah, they weren't. They weren't. Yeah, and then Murray, you're right. They were mid after 92. After they won that title in 92, when Gene Stallings retired, they went through a slew of coaches, from Shula to Franchione to Mike Price, who didn't even stay there that long. And if you look at the situation, I'm gonna go back to it and touch on it since we brought it back up. If it wasn't for the fact that Rich Rodriguez decided to go to Michigan and backed out, he had already agreed to become Bama's head coach. Yeah, that would have changed the landscape of college football, because Nick Saban most likely would have ended up at Michigan.
Yep.
You know, so that change, it's a change of fortunes, you know. And I agree with you too. That's how all the schools came up. Once the big three fall out, when all three of those programs are not consistent at the same time, or at least two of them are consistent, other teams are allowed to come into the state. And now you look at the demographic and the mindset of the kids today. These young jits, all they know is the SEC now because of propaganda. So they grew up, and you've had a whole generation of kids going into their teens and ready to become young men, young women. That's all they know now is the SEC. So they don't know anything before that. So now their mind is conditioned to think this is where I gotta go to make it.
Yeah.
You know what I got Ari said. Oh, what's up? Trent Richardson's my cousin. And he was going to come to FSU. Yep, if Preston Parker wasn't drunk in the drive-through, which turned my I do remember something about Richardson coming to FSU. Yes, sir. Yep, they did get Julian Sand from Alabama. Talking about Ohio State.
Oh yeah.
What's up with you, Chris? I see Chris is watching. Let's see, 438 is a Canada area code. I'm trying to see if my guy repped the nose up in Canada.
Boy, you might want to Google 438 and type in Orlando, Florida. Then you'll get it point you straight to where you're trying to be at. It'll point you straight to where I'm trying to be at. This ain't Canada. This ain't Canada.
Yep.
This ain't Canada.
You right again, Ari. I do remember that story, being in the area I'm in. Mike Price took the job. He was the head coach at Washington State. I think they were coming off a situation where he had Ryan Leaf and stuff like that.
Ryan Leaf,
yeah. They fired him for just in the strip club, bro. They fired him for being in the booty club, bro.
Man, I want to touch on this.
Go ahead.
What the fuck did DR get a fucking what he for saying the kid name in a fucking interview or something? What the fuck?
Yeah, man, the NCAA on bullshit, man.
That's like a black law.
No, but I get it because it seems like basically like we would say different strokes with different folks. You holding this man feet to the fire for something he said because it's deemed a violation. But we've seen worse, and you letting people walk with worse. You got tampering allegations out here. I'm not just talking about Miami. I'm just talking about in general. And you picking and choosing who you choose to lay the law on.
You got Georgia. These motherfuckers killing the bitch every 2 weeks. When they driving killing somebody every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I'm like, because he said a kid. I'm like, hey man, this shit getting crazy out here, man.
Yeah, it is, man. It really is. And one more thing to add to Bama, we are definitely whooping that ass next year.
Oh yeah, man. Them boys ain't even got no quarterback yet.
Yeah, that
From
shit.
and then from what I heard, man, we gonna just 2020, you know what 2026, 2020, that 2026 portal was 20, I think it'll be 2027 then, should be. Well, no, because it'll still be December 2026. Hey, Ryan Williams, if that season don't go how it go, look out for Ryan Williams. I heard he's very unhappy.
He's very unhappy.
I heard, it's just what I heard. I heard he's very unhappy.
So we'll keep an eye out on it, man. We're gonna bring up this. We're gonna switch a little bit to college basketball, man. Now, this is something that is a little closer to me because for those of you who watch that don't know, I'm originally from Kentucky, so that part of sports, I'm FSU everything, but Kentucky basketball stuck with me. So I went through the Patino years, you know, Cal, end of them years. What we're seeing with Cal at Arkansas, the question is he outdated and past his prime? His system his way of doing things is past his prime. The days now of college basketball, just getting the top NBA player, you know, 5-star one and done players and being able to roll the ball out there without developing and coaching, that shit is dead. And as you see, Arkansas, who had a lot of shit to say in the offseason about being the new Kentucky, getting all Kentucky's players. They're going to start getting all the NBA players now. They taking credit for all the NBA players in the league that came through Kentucky with Cal. They seeing it now. They're 1-5 currently in the league. They are 9-2 or 12-7 overall. They're sitting at 12-7. They're one of the best players. Their star freshman Boogie Flynn is out for the season with I think a broken or fractured hand or something like that. Yeah, I see what you put up there, Chris. He could be back in Memphis next year. I wouldn't be surprised, but I do think Kyle has it. You know, it's his inability to change. His style of play is outdated. He doesn't play a modern style of ball. He still wants to run the dribble drive concept, and he plays some 5 and out, but it's not modernized. He doesn't coach defense the way it is, and you can see they got a win. I believe it was last night or the night before, but overall, man, they struggle. It's struggle city, and as you see, Kentucky still rolling. They made the right hire. They made the right decision. It was just time for him to go. It was time for him to leave. And I do personally believe that he is past his prime. I think he'll still be able to get players. But as far as what he was when he had all the Devin Bookers.
That shit washed.
Yeah, it's washed. When he had Anthony Davis, you know, you name, everybody know the list. You go look in the list in most rosters.
Michael Kidd, Gilchrist, that shit washed.
You look at the NBA rosters, it's peppered. SGA is peppered with players that played under Cal at Kentucky. But
the thing that's fucking Calipari is he never could coach. He just always had a lot of talent. The thing that stuck him up is the talent not that and shit. The kids ain't that talented like they used to be.
Yeah.
So now you have to really coach, and he can't. He watch it. You know, his style played out.
Most definitely. Let's see what we got here. Big UK fan, all of them, big talent in one line. Yeah, you're right. One night.
Not a Duke.
Yeah, you can get the hell out of here with that shit. Y'all doing the same thing. Y'all ain't gonna do that. You're gonna blow Cooper flag just like you wasted. Just like you wasted goddamn what's the name? That stack. What was that squad y'all had with Zion? And then get shit.
We both got that. Zion, RJ Barrett, man. Oh man, fuck that.
Definitely, man. But we're gonna get into this one here, man. This is a little bit more in your lane. I know you're happy. So to all our Jacksonville fans, they finally did it, man. They finally did it, ladies and gentlemen. They got it.
Off the back, off the back, man. Listen, got that motherfucker the fuck out of Jacksonville. Got nigga ass out the door. That nigga was the worst shit ever, boy. Listen, that motherfucker like getting cancer, beating cancer, and hey, you free. Fuck this motherfucker. This motherfucker. Hey, listen, this nigga was the worst shit that could ever happen to Jacksonville, man. Listen, the whole city happy. I walk around seeing people just celebrating, people happy as fuck. Though, hey, new day, man. This motherfucker was so unwanted. Leon Cohen found out this motherfucker got fired. It was like, all right, I'll be in Jacksonville in about 30 minutes. Let me get on the flight real quick. I'm coming back. That's how bad this motherfucker Trent Baalke was, man. That shit's ridiculous.
Most definitely, bro. Yeah, I agree with you, Chris. Basketball as a whole is falling off its
Yeah,
popularity. Man, I can't remember. I usually glued to every Kentucky game when it come on. I don't even watch them, and I ain't watched the NBA game yet this year. I mean, to be honest with you, I'd said I'd wait to the damn playoffs and the tournament and shit. I just ain't been interested. It just ain't the same. But I'm glad. I'm glad for the Jacksonville fans that y'all can finally move forward. At least you know, hopefully, that y'all can make the right decisions when draft day come up. Y'all can stop drafting some of these damn. Y'all have had some hits.
and a
Thomas
lot of
was a
fucking
hit
misses.
and a lot of misses. Thomas was a hit. Walker was okay.
Yeah, he
But
had 10 sacks.
yeah, ETN, okay. But overall, man,
Then
like,
trash.
yeah,
Hey, that
Tavion
boy,
Chase time,
yeah.
all of that shit. Yeah.
And matter of fact, Sean Carr dropped his nuts, told Lee and Conan he could pick his own GM.
That's what's up. And that's right. That's who they're going after, right? That's
Yeah,
who
yeah, he
already.
already fired. He
Yeah,
already in Jacksonville.
that's
Shit.
what's up. That's what's up. Well, we move on from your damn misery to mine. More of the
Oh shit,
goddamn
yeah.
same, man. As a Cowboys fan, I've had to hear more and more bullshit, see more and more bullshit, man. This shit is just more of the same. You fired McCarthy, you did him dirty, didn't let him do an interview with the Bears, only to fire him afterwards and cost him a chance to possibly get that job. Now we're talking about you looking at Schottenheimer, who's already on staff. I believe he was the OC or something
Yeah.
like that. You talking about bringing Kellen Moore back. This is a guy you had under already on the system. You already had this,
Yeah.
and then you got this the other hire. We know what that hire is. That's the Rooney Rule. We know Jerry
Yeah.
ain't looking that way. Jerry, that's just on there. That's just for pictures, for optics. This team, in my opinion, Dallas will not win any more Super Bowls, even go anywhere, become a contending team because Jerry doesn't care about that anymore. As long as the seats are in the stands, as long as he got people fucking watching the games and they come into the games and not holding any accountability, this is what it's gonna be. You paying Dak, you paying CD, you paying Micah. You still got so many issues with the roster as a whole. You're getting older. Zach Martin's getting older. You try to do this shit with the line. You ain't got a legitimate running back. You signed Zeke last year, bringing that shit back, which didn't really work out.
Yeah.
Dak's gonna look all right in the regular season, and then either be injured the rest of the season or choke. He'll choke in the playoffs, which has been our fucking mo for I don't know how long. I'm so tired of this shit, but I get it. I'll tell you, anybody that doesn't know, Jerry's biggest influence was Al Davis. Anybody remember Al Davis when he ran it? Not his son who run the Raiders now, but you see what the Raiders are. But when Al Davis ran the Raiders, this is basically what the Dallas Cowboys have become. The Raiders over the last 20, 25 years, especially when they were under Al Davis. They made one Super Bowl, lost to Tampa Bay, but they ain't done shit since.
Yep.
Before that, 83. They made the playoffs a few times, but it was always up and down bullshit, man. But it's more of the same with Dallas, bro. More of the fucking same. Before I bring this next thing up, I got to find it because I want to make sure that I bring it up. But we're going to talk a little bit about a situation that's happening. We are 3 days since the inauguration, and
Yeah.
we ain't been 3 days, and it's already crazy shit going on. From people getting fucking tear gas, I believe, in Tallahassee with snowballs.
Yeah,
You
man.
got this man here. This ain't no troll. This ain't no knock. In the end of the year, this ain't even about sports right now. This is about a situation where our guy Warren Sapp, I'm about to bring it up, was arrested for just questioning. I know y'all probably won't be able to hear the audio, but I'll play a little bit of the video. Just questioning the situation that's going on with the police. He was detained and later arrested. From what I understand, he is currently, I think, in the midst of a lawsuit for $20 million for being arrested. He has been released, I believe. But this is just some bullshit, and it's just more of the same of the type shit that we saw, we continue to see, and it's in my opinion, it is some empowerment. You got a lot of empowerment type shit going on now because people feel emboldened even more with everything that we're seeing. I'm not going to turn this thing political, but I will say that what we see, I will turn it social. You know, socialization, sociology, talking about
I'm
shit that's
with you on
going
that.
on.
Hey, man, listen,
Yeah.
it's the off season. Fuck it. I'm gonna say what needs to be fucking
Well,
said.
you say what needs to be said,
Feelings
bro.
don't get hurt. Whatever. Listen, man, I'm gonna let this shit be on, man. Listen, don't let that man pump your head up and get your ass, get that belt put on your ass out here, man. That man protected by the Secret Service and all that other shit. Don't go out here feeling and listen to all my pink people out here. Don't fuck around and find out. You get what I'm saying? Like, just keep it moving how we move. We grew how we grew. Hey, you feel me? Y'all do your thing. We do our thing. Boom, 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 bang, bang, bang. This shit right here though is unacceptable. You get what I'm saying? It's the same shit that always go on. This typical Florida shit though. If you grew up in Florida, you know how this shit go. You know, no matter whether you black, white, Chinese, I can't describe. Man, these them folks gonna pressure. They gonna do what they do. They you know what I mean? They hella art. You know they slave catchers basically. You get what I'm saying? Especially if you already know how this shit go, man. You from around the way. You a little, you know, little.
Your audio, brother. Your audio. Your mic might have went out. But yeah, just to touch on it, man, it's just a little pressure. This shit is national, as we see. And I'll put it this way. Man, we all know that unity is one thing that we can discuss, but also housekeeping. So each of us have to be accountable. If you see shit is wrong, shit is wrong. We don't need to sit here and put a color on it. We don't need to put political party on it. Wrong is wrong. If you can't, if that man who's a millionaire Hall of Famer can't ask questions of the police, what the fuck do you, no matter our color, got any chance? Because if it starts with us, pretty soon it's gonna come to your doorstep. It will be.
That's what I was saying. Like if Florida, if you ain't basically, if you a nigga, a po pink person, you know what I mean? Them folks finna pressure. You know what I mean? They gonna, you know, this shit a real oppressive down here, man. And that's typical shit, man. That's some real ass shit. That's typical shit, man. That is typical shit, man. Like the other day, I got a fucking jaywalking ticket, man. That shit was all on some old. Let me assert my dominance type shit. You get what I'm saying? Like I've been walking in Florida my whole fucking life. I ain't ever got a jaywalking fucking ticket, man.
Yeah.
You feel me? I park my car across the street, walk to the motherfucker. I'm like, this shit's crazy, man.
I mean, we can honestly just be truthful here, man, and say that it is an empowerment, a mental empowerment of those people who believe this, and they don't understand that this shit is bigger than that. This shit ain't totally all about race anymore. It's class, man. It's either those who got their bread or those who don't. And I ain't talking about a millionaire. Your tax bracket got to be hella different. Yeah. You know, to even get a seat at this kind of table we talking about. This shit is on something different, man. And people don't understand that. And as you see, that's just something that we're gonna have to definitely gonna have to deal with. We've seen it, we've navigated. I believe we talked in the chat. You know, there's just something that we as a people gonna have to navigate again. It ain't solely on one man. I would say this. I really wish, no matter the side of the aisle you're on, stop depending on one fucking man to solve all your fucking problems, because the shit's not going to happen. We keep depending on people to fix shit, and they not gonna fix shit. Only thing they're gonna fix is they damn pockets. It don't matter what side of the aisle you're on, because we've seen it over the last 16 years, and in every presidency we've seen it. It's about them. It's a cash grab. All this shit is a cash grab. They go in, they set up shit, they start wars, doing all this shit to get what? Money. And at the end of the day, who pays the price? We the people. And that what it says, we the people are the ones who always have to answer. But we're gonna move on, man, unless you got something else you want to add to it, and we can bring up our next.
Yeah, man. I just want to say, man, I hope Warren Sapp get his motherfucking money, man. And most importantly, man, he need to be safe, because at this tough point in time, you suing the police, man. Hey, you liable to fuck around. He got quote unquote arrested with some drugs in his car, some shit. Yeah.
And the Chad, you're right. Class warfare has been brewing for years. Yeah, you are exactly right. That's the point I mean, and that's what I'm saying. If the selected 1% keeps the 99 distracted with division, whether it's division, and you think about the division that we have division amongst race, division within race, because you got some Caucasians don't like a certain group of Caucasians when they come from a certain side of the track, just like you got niggas that don't like certain group of niggas if they don't come from different parts of the tracks. You got Latinos, you got different Latinx that don't like, you got Hispanic Mexicans that don't like Puerto Ricans don't like this. If you keep that mindset in this country that way, it keeps us divided. If we don't come together and unified and understanding who the true enemy and the true situation, the true people who are actually controlling this shit, and manipulating this shit. As long as we don't, they keep us in our mind. If they control our mind, they control our thoughts, they control our body, you control the people. If you control the people, the nation is lost. And as a whole, the people, if we're not where we're supposed to be mentally and understanding the end game, and I say this to my pilgrims, especially my impoverished pilgrims, if you don't get up off your ass and realize that voting against your interests is not in your best interest, you're going to continue to see what's happening. Because in the end of the day, just settling for not being in a situation that the minority's in, it's not good enough anymore. It's been the same game they've been playing for generations, for well over, since the inception of this country, is to keep the minor Caucasians in a box of feeling like, well, at least I'm not them.
Yeah, at least I'm not them. Or they play on your emotions, have you feeling like you have some type of superiority. Like I heard a white man say, no disrespect, and no disrespect to white. I heard a white man say, oh yeah, I'm voting for Trump. He cutting my taxes. I'm like, bitch, you work at 7-Eleven. What, you don't make $400,000? What the fuck they got to do?
Exactly.
Like, bitch, you work at 7-Eleven. What taxes you got? That work for niggas like me and shit. Like that's for niggas like me and shit. Nigga,
exactly.
You work at 7-Eleven.
It's class.
Like, yeah, he was confident as fuck to say some shit like that. Like, what really? Like, bro, come on, man.
That man sees dollar signs.
Yeah.
Before he sees anything. He sees other things, but he sees dollar signs before he sees, and that's how it is. You got to understand that that's the game is money. If you ain't in that money group, they ain't fucking with you like that. You ain't making it like that. But like I said, and to my minorities, let's make sure that we handling our shit and be accountable to what we be accountable for. Accountable to cleaning up our shit. Let's be honest. We can have another show where we really go in depth with that, but let's be accountable for and be truthful instead of just pointing the finger and saying, well, it's this and this and this. Let's take accountability in our own damn neighborhoods, cleaning up our shit, our own businesses, our own, our own children, making sure we take our own relationships with us as men and women, our marriages, our relationships, our partnerships, all of that shit. We got to be accountable to that shit, man.
And let's just keep doing our thing as a community, man. We get so caught up in this political shit, man. Politics ain't never worked out in our favor, man. Ever since this shit been going on, well, all we done as a people is just continue to do our thing and thrive, man. So let's continue to do that. You get what I'm saying? Continue to build our neighborhoods up. As a black, if you're a black person, you own a business too, man. You can't expect us to shop black. Your customer service have to be up there too. You know what I mean? Let's keep everything up to a standard. Let's hold each other accountable. Let's just make them. Let's let our money circulate in our community, and let's go from there, man. We really don't have to worry about the politics. They're just doing their own little thing. You know what I mean? I look out for you. You look out for him. They look out for me. We'll be all right. We ain't really got to worry about the 20 politics and shit like that, man.
And that's where the old generation is something we can learn is we got to be able to navigate this shit like our grandparents, our parents, and be able to teach our children how to navigate this shit. But this is something we've always navigated. So, I mean, where everybody else is going on these long, social media fucking tear antics and shit, and they crying and all of this, man, they ain't worried about that shit. Because it's just man. Just it is what it is. It is what it is. Like shit, whether he was president, Obama was president, Bush, Clinton, it didn't matter. I'm black in America, so the shit don't change.
That shit don't change, man. Shit. It's a different radio station, same song. Hey, same song. Same song, man.
What you said, same. What does it say? Same eagle, two different wings on the same bird.
Two different wings on the same bird, man. Yeah, shit. Fuck it. It's two different wings, the same motherfucking bird. Right wing, left wing, same bird. Fuck
yes, sir. Yes,
sir. Still flying shit on our head. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Shit. Fuck it.
But man, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna talk. Make sure that since we commemorated MLK Day on Monday. We wanted to talk about a little bit of the process and evolution of the black quarterback as we see the remaining 4 teams is Buffalo, Kansas City, Philadelphia, and Washington?
Yeah.
3 of the 4 teams are led by black quarterbacks. This is something that I really look at and I talk about and I think about the evolution. Anybody that's my age or a little just in their 30s, everybody knows Doug Williams being the first black quarterback, but a lot of people don't know the 17 that you see here on the picture. That's Andrew Gillum, one of the first black quarterbacks. He was one of those quarterbacks that got to play quarterback. He played when Terry Bradshaw was injured, but a lot of it, and during his era, a lot of black quarterbacks didn't get that chance. They could throw the ball, they can do these things. It was always said that the ability to mentally handle the playbook, mentally diagram and be able to dissect defenses wasn't possible for the black quarterback. So they were always forced to move to a skill position like wide receiver or DB. But we look in the age now in this century, this is a step, and it has been a step over the last 20 years where we've seen the modernization of college football and pro football, where you see the evolution of the quarterback has been the black quarterback. Even so much so that now your YCs that come out, they dual threat. They got to meet that same standard. So now they're training and they're doing the things. And Josh Allen, you know what I'm saying? 30 years ago, Josh Allen's black. He's not getting an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at his opportunity at his size at 6'5", 230, but run like he runs. 30 years ago, that wasn't the norm. You know what I'm saying? So he himself as a Caucasian quarterback is now fitting the system that has been the door that's been opened now by prior black
he benefited from the door that got kicked in for him.
That door
would have been Mike All-Star back in the day.
Exactly, because they did it to them. What was the quarterback that played for Jacksonville? He was a quarterback in Arkansas, and they moved him to wide receiver.
Matt Jones or something.
Yeah, Matt. Yes. See what I'm saying? That's exactly what I'm saying. So you see where black quarterbacks and their transition and the evolution of the black quarterback not only helped other black quarterbacks, but it even helped athletic white quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And other races, quarterbacks of other races, because you have Tua, who is Polynesian. You have all these other Polynesian. Marcus Mariota. That doesn't mean genetics. I'm not on that level, but I'm talking about opportunity. Those quarterbacks don't get that opportunity without a Randall Cunningham and a Warren Moon, and then your Michael Vicks. You know, you go back, you had Steve Young back in the day. He was a Caucasian that was a running quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he got his opportunity, you know, because one day built a system around him. But you had people who came just around his time, like Randall Cunningham, like Warren Moon, who came before him, like a Joe Gilliam, who came before him. And I'm not a Doug Williams. And Doug Williams wasn't even a runner. He was a passer to football. Warren Moon was a passer to football. Michael Vick really evolutionized the game and seeing that a quarterback can run as fast and have that kind of athleticism at that position.
Yeah.
Where Randall Cunningham knocked down the door with athleticism as a quarterback, Michael Vick set a new trend. You don't have Lamar Jackson, Cam Newton, all of RG3. You didn't have those quarterbacks be able to make that transition without Michael Vick and then those who preceded him.
Yeah.
But I want to give a shout out definitely and a thank you to every quarterback that had to go through.
Vince Young, you got those Vince Young.
Just because they not on here and I didn't mention them. Cordell Stewart.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Steve McNair. That's another name. And that's not just the pro game, the college game too. You know, you saw big transitions from the quarterback. I can't remember the quarterback at Tennessee, but we know Charlie Ward is another name who helped break down. Charlie Ward was actually the first spread where you see the spread today, spread option kind of shit quarterback. He was that first kind of quarterback. Yeah. And you had quarterbacks like Andre Ware in the run and shoot system that won the Heisman in 89. That's another quarterback. Broke down. Rodney Peete broke down.
I know Rodney Peete, man.
Yeah, Rodney
Carolina that motherfucker was so sorry for the Carolina Panthers, but he stayed on the roster.
Yeah, he stayed up, and it was good, but it was a good thing. He walked so other quarterbacks would run.
Yeah,
because what Rodney had was he was a professional and he had it up here.
Yeah,
where he came up short in areas on the field. He mentally, to have a black quarterback as a journeyman, whether you look at him as a journeyman and his career as a whole failed, he still did something to progress to where we see now. We're going to possibly have two black quarterbacks once again in the Super Bowl. Or at least at the minimum, most of the quarterbacks in the league of 32 teams are now minority.
Yep.
If you look at it, minority and
shout out to Donovan McNabb too, man. Donovan
McNabb also.
McNabb was one of the ones that changed the stereotype where he was accurate, he completed a lot of passes, and he ain't run a lot. So he trying to help with the stereotype, man.
Definitely. Shout out also Peter Shields. You threw out T. Martin. Yeah. I thought about him. I didn't want to mention him because he got his shine off for beating us in the national championship. So it is what it is. We'll make sure we give a shout out
to my boy Keith, man. What's up with you?
What up? Appreciate you making it in here, brother. Definitely. Let's see where we're going next, man. I got our next topic up here. I'm gonna take that down off the stage. But before we do that, let's go and give a shout out to our sponsors, man.
Yeah, shout out to Tanya, man. Listen, Valentine's Day coming up. Make sure y'all get them yams. Get them candles. Don't be no bum ass nigga. Get your girl stuff for Valentine's Day, man. You ready to run that shit to start? Let's run it.
Let's run it. All right, man. We're not gonna do top 5 today, but we definitely gonna keep y'all going with them damn.
Yeah, we just gonna roll with this shit today, man. Fuck it.
We're gonna roll with these goddamn crash outs, man. So
matter of fact, we're gonna roll with the before we get to the crash out. I got something for a lot of people that be wanting. We're gonna go into something tonight, man. We're gonna go into some things, man. If you go with top 5, okay, we're gonna go. I was told this top 5. I just want to know who would y'all top 5 leaders be far as towards like the black community. You know what I mean? Like a lot of, because you know, there's a lot of controversy with Martin Luther King, even though during his day. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna dwell into that because I don't want to ruffle no feathers. Yeah. But I'm gonna say, I just feel like it's a reason why they gave him a day, and they didn't give others like, you know, Malcolm X or Frederick Douglass and certain these others a day. Yeah. Yeah. So let's just dwell. Let's just talk about a little Black history real quick, man. Let's take a little Black history real quick. All right. So choppers, y'all go ahead and tap in with us and let us know your leaders. For me, I just throw leaders out there, man, in general. Medgar Evers, Frederick Douglass, definitely Fred Hampton. Yeah, that's one of my ones too. What's the name? Newton, the Panther Party. Oh, Huey Newton. Shit. Damn, man, I'm trying to remember the other guy from the Panthers. I can't remember his name. It's multiple leaders, but he was another one that was out there in Cali. That kind of got set up. I don't want to go in depth with that right now, but those are some of my guys that stick out the most. Of course, Malcolm. I'm gonna go. For me, I'm gonna go Malcolm X. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go Marcus Garvey. I'm gonna go Frederick Douglass. I'll probably go. His name damn, I forgot his name, but he was an African thing, but they killed him though. He was unalive. I forgot his name, but I forgot. They unalived him though. What era? What time was this around? Like the 90s. He was like the president or something like that. But he was not Gaddafi, but it was another one, a skinny black man, and he was real. He was exposing a lot of things, and he was trying to, and they knocked him off. He got unalive. I forgot his name, but damn, he got unalive. But I was reading a lot of his work. He got unalive. Okay. And then let's just talk about Gaddafi, man. How Gaddafi wanted to give all Black Americans $1 billion, and a certain president stopped it. And a certain president. Which one was that? We loved him. A certain president we love. A certain motherfucker we worship the ground. This motherfucker walk on. Stop the aid package that was strictly for Black Americans. So I'm just saying, like, a lot of these people that we praise and worship, man, we gotta start doing our homework on them, man. You know what I mean? Like, we just gotta start doing our homework on these people, man. I ain't saying nothing of, but I felt like, the reason why Martin Luther King is not in my top 5 is because I didn't like his approach to things. I believe he kind of stripped us of our independence. You get what I'm saying? Like, he got us to integrate when we didn't need to, when we was already kind of self-efficient, we was already thriving as our own kind, and he got us to kind of integrate. And once he realized that it was too late, that's why he let those choices end. He said, "I led my people into a burning house." Yeah, but it was too late when the Malcolm X approach was the the way we should have been about things. You know what I mean? Hell, we're gonna build up our own communities. We're gonna protect ourselves. We're gonna protect ourselves for you. We're gonna protect ourselves from harm. We're gonna continue, continue to grow as a people. But when you integrated us, you stripped us from our identity. And then you had motherfuckers like Jesse Jackson and all these motherfuckers calling us colored, the niggas, the African Americans. You stripped us of our identity when you know what I mean? You stripped us of our color. So now we have no rights. We have no ways to nothing. That's why we never get no aids, no packages. That's why we can't get reparations, because we don't know where we come from, because they stripped us of it. That's why they call us an African American. So hell, if I want to give motherfucking reparations to African American, a white man from South Africa is technically an African American. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So and then it's gonna be too hard to kind of trace everybody's DNA back to slave, the slave, you know, dependent. It's gonna be too hard for that. So
you can't chase your DNA because you don't know. We don't know anything about our heritage past a certain time. You can only
exactly.
Most people
So
can
I'm
only
like,
trace their heritage back to their ancestors who were slaves.
yeah,
if you can.
If you can.
Yeah,
so I'm like, man, I'm like, every leader that we worship and all that, these people weren't really leaders, but we do our hard. These people have led nothing but us to our destruction, man. They have led us to a lot of destruction, man. That's just my personal opinion, man. A lot of these so-called leaders have led us straight to the cliff.
Yeah, I would ask this question. I have to do a little bit more deep dive.
Shout out my boy Navy.
Shout out Navy before I go into it. But what was one of Jesse Jackson's slogans was Rainbow Coalition.
Yeah.
That was something that Fred Hampton kind of coined first, you know, and it's the things that 21-year-old brother was doing while in Chicago in unifying. See, that was what he was doing, was unifying. He was unifying the Latinos, the blacks, and the gangs, and even the poor side white. You know, in Chicago, the unification thing going there. But as one thing I will bring up before, and I was going to save it for the crash out, but it was something the FBI did when they were giving shout out to MLK, and they were thanking him like, you played a part in this. With from COINTELPRO to Hoover and all the phone wiretapping and the insurgents, I'll just put it that way, the planet spies that you got on the bill to pay, you know, that you paid to give information and do things. Y'all played a part in a lot of our leaders, from Medgar Evers' assassination, Martin Luther King's assassination. We questioning Malcolm's assassination. We look at the situation that happened with Chairman Fred's assassination and what happened there. And it's a lot more than that. I'm just naming those particulars. Bro, I just look at it as this, man. Where are our leaders today? That's a good question.
Yeah.
Where there were leaders, our parents had leaders. There were leaders from their generation. What leaders do we have today? That's something that I myself am looking for, looking into. You know, we can talk about certain movements, but even within those movements, just like a lot of other movements, intertwining in corruption. You know, you plant agents in and you corrupt something that was once not even the movement. For example, we sat here and watched over the last 6-7 years the term woke be coined and villainized when that's not even the meaning. It was just about an awakening of your conscience and knowing the reality of things.
I'm just a simple nigga. I'm gonna go by the dictionary. Woke is the opposite of asleep. That means I'm just woke. I'm up on shit. I'm just about to sleep to the bullshit. I'm just up on it. You get what I'm saying? So that's all.
It was just about education and being aware of your surroundings and your environment.
These motherfuckers changing the definition in real time, and our motherfucking faces are woke. They changing the definition of it.
But what it has become is just being hijacked.
Yeah.
The intent was always good, just like the movement, the Matters movement. The intent was one thing, and it got hijacked, turned into something else. And now
I ain't never been a fan of the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna cap. You feel me? Let's keep this shit a buck. In the hood, boy, a black nigga life don't matter in the hood, especially when another, you feel me? You got, you know, I watch Lil Pookie kill Ray Ray all the time. Lil Ray Ray kill Pookie. Black life don't matter then. You get what I'm saying? Nobody paying for everybody's funerals or nothing like that. But when a police kill somebody, first thing we want to do is march in the street and all like this and all that. Black Lives Matter, man, let's keep this shit a buck. That shit was a waste of time. It benefited a certain group of people, and that shit really ain't had no power. People still was getting killed in the middle of the street. People still was getting shot down like dogs. We still was, you feel me? We still was going through the same oppression that we going through now. It's just people that made a foundation benefited from it. That's all. It basically was a Ponzi scheme, man.
Yeah,
that's basically all it was, man.
Because a lot of those people got rich. Some people got unalived, and some people got rich.
Some people got rich. It was a set, basically like a set, you know what I mean? Like,
but it is what it is. But man, look, y'all know what time it is. We about to touch on this because we'll be all night going on this subject. Because I know I can talk about this. But y'all know what time it is, y'all. It's them crash outs. Hey, the first crash out for me, bro, goes to this motherfucker right here. Reverend Lorenzo Sewell. Bro, if you don't sit your goddamn raccoon, dancing, shucking and jiving. What the fuck is we doing? Ass down somewhere. I mean, he really put on a show, buck dancing, man. I'm not even talking about. This isn't about party affiliation. This isn't about who you voted for. So I want to make sure we get that clear. We're not talking about
that shit about this cool ass nigga.
We're talking about this right here. This is nasty work right here. Nasty work. It's sickening, bro. And I really don't like it. And then what he turned around and did right afterwards was even worse, bro. And I'm gonna bring it up. I'm sorry for the audio problems, but anybody that needs to know, after all of that shucking and jiving, he goes and promotes a coin to be purchased. So once again, not only do you have a situation where a politician or someone in politics is grifting for money, but then he's utilized, and then he's also using the tag reverend. Reverend at meaning pastor, meaning he's pastoring a group of people. He's supposedly a shepherd or under shepherd,
a leader of a congregation,
a leader of a congregation, and he's doing this. This is absurd, and I find it appalling, in my opinion. Man, it's bullshit. This is some real
church, man. It's not about church to church. This is typical shit. You get what I'm saying?
It's some real FN shit, bro.
Yeah, then you infiltrate the church, you infiltrate the system, man. That shit bullshit. Then the motherfucker released the coin, man. This shit's all probably keep telling y'all, man. Listen. The world is all, man. This shit's all a stage, man. This shit's all a show, man. And we just a part of the movie.
It's a game.
This shit just a show, man.
It is a game and it's a show. Man, I wish I could get the audio for this because the choppers really need to see this shit right here. You sent me this shit. I watched it,
man.
Tell the folks about this one here, man.
Man, listen, man. This shit was so. I was scrolling late and I'm like, man, what the fuck is this? This nigga is okay. This man, lady, thing, him, they, whatever the fuck it is, or whatever the fuck he want to be today. Nephew, somebody was fighting with their girlfriend. She didn't want to leave. This shit is beyond me. Watch when he take the shoe off and get a girl a spanking. This shit is just crazy, dog. This shit was too much, motherfucker. This shit just too much going on in this video, dog. Then she finna throw up her set, like, what the fuck? She got to be slow. That's number one. He got to be slow. The whole family slow. Fuck it. Send the flood. Fuck it. Send this flood. Fuck it. At this point, just send the flood.
Man, bruh, when they get into it, let me go forward for our viewers a little bit so they can see this shit. Look at the shoe.
Watch the shoe. Look at the shoe. Oh, shit. Yo.
See him pull his wig off, man. This fool got a whole George Jefferson going on.
That nigga bald head in a motherfucker. Then he out there giving this lady a spanking. Man, what the fuck is going on, man?
What the fuck is this, man? I don't know what's going on, man, but this is the world we live in today, bro.
That shit crazy.
Is wild. It's crazy, bro. I do want to give a quick congratulations. I'll bring it up real quick. Hold on. Let me bring this one up because we didn't get a chance to. I'll make a statement and say it. Shout out to Terrell Buckley.
Shout out to T-Buck, man. Yeah, he got a job at Mississippi Valley State, man.
Mississippi Valley State. Definitely. This one.
Arguably the best DB. Arguably the best DB.
Yes.
In Florida State history.
Arguably one of the best return men because I think he's still top 5 or top 2 in the returns. Interception yards, all-time college football. He still has the most interception yards in college football history. He also was a Heisman finalist. He also holds the record for career interceptions at Florida State, and he's also has at least 50 interceptions in the pros or something like that.
I think he had 2. I think he holds Florida State interceptions in one season. I think
he does. He had like 12 or 14, if I'm correct. It's around that. It's around that area. But I wanted to bring this one up because this is another one that you popped up on me and I saw it. Man arrested at Wendy's for shooting over cold fries.
Yeah, man.
I don't like my shit bland and I don't like them stale ass fries either. But I ain't shooting nobody over this shit, man. I might ask my money back or tell them to get me some more fries. But I'll tell you this much. The trick, somebody should have told this motherfucker, tell him you want fries with no salt. That's how you always gonna get fresh fries.
Yeah.
You don't want no salt on that shit. You may have to wait, but at least your shit gonna be hot. This is wild, bro. But you got anything?
This shit, man. Listen, that's the dumbest nigga in the motherfucking world, man. Listen, you could have just simply, you feel me? Hey, Let me get my money back. Yeah, maybe some new fries. Even if you want to be a little extra, you probably feeling yourself. You could throw the fries back. Like, I want these cold ass fries. You know, you feel me? You shot a bitch on some fries. You finna go, man. You the dumbest nigga in the world out there. If I'm a judge, I'm gonna give you 40 years for being dumb. I'm gonna give you 10 years for shooting nigga, but I'm gonna give you 30 for being dumb. Just for being fucking dumb, man. 4-3 Khalid Muhammad, yeah, man.
Yeah, Khalid Muhammad,
Khalid Muhammad, yeah.
Threw that name out there. Tiny Hat, shout out to Tiny Hat. KP, what the hell did you just walk into? Hey, you walked into the TZC just being the TDC, man.
Yeah, man, we just vibing, man.
Just vibing.
Yeah, because there's really shit going on this week, you feel me? So we just, you know.
We vibing.
We vibe today, man.
This one, man, Mississippi Senator filed a contraceptive begins at erection act to make it unlawful for a person to discharge genetic material without the intent to fertilize an embryo.
These niggas on nut patrol. These niggas on nut patrol. Come on, man. This why you should never go to Mississippi. What? These niggas on nut patrol. These niggas control your dick now. Come on, man. This shit got to stop, man. This is that freaky ass pink pale people shit. That's why I be telling you these motherfuckers freaky, weird motherfuckers, nasty motherfuckers, inbreeding, man, this inbreeding, cornbread, country fed motherfuckers, man. That shit wild. Get the fuck out of Mississippi, man. Get the fuck up out of there, man.
Wow, man. This is wild.
Next thing you know, you'll be trying to measure your dick. Don't that Jerry Jones shit. Get up out of there. Get up out of there. Get up out of there, man.
Bro, the day that you got to worry about somebody wearing where you ski.
Send the flood. I'm telling you, send the aliens. Fucking where the aliens at? Send the aliens in.
Whatever's supposed to happen needs to happen, bro. If that's what's supposed to happen, if it's aliens, if they coming out the ocean, if everything just supposed to stop, if the world is actually flat and not round, whatever the fuck the truth is, need to come. Because the day you telling me,
Rashawn, on one move, I always thought, listen, that nigga Thanos did not lie. Half of these motherfuckers got to go. Half these motherfuckers got to go.
Snap them, bro.
Snap
them.
These motherfuckers got to go.
Now, this one here, I'm about to bring it up. Hold on, let me put this up on the screen. If anybody want to know about this one, you could go and share about this one. This woman, this is fucking insane.
Yo, tell you, listen, the girl was, I guess her friend, the girl she used to be her friend. The girl right here, she was talking shit about the other girl online. The girl knew where she stayed at, pulled up to her house, kicked in her whole fucking door. This is what you call the ultimate crash out, baby. This is 5 years minimum. That's home invasion. You feel me? I'm telling you this for a fact. I know this for a fact. That's home invasion. Then she hid in the closet. That's considered home invasion. You get what I'm saying? That's 5 years minimum. Then you dragged out the house, attacked, do all this on camera. Man, she's facing like, you gonna, at the minimum, she gonna get sentenced to at least 7-8 years. It's the ultimate crash out. This shit cracked, like, what the fuck?
Bro, she kicked in a damn door. I'm like, to imagine, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm like, damn.
What's the deadlock on that bitch?
That's a word. So niggas got to understand, man, sticks and stones may break your bones, but words, bro, some fucking words off the
And then she drug her out of the damn house, man.
Hey, this is true. This is two things, man.
And filmed it, bro.
And filmed it. She got back.
You incriminating yourself. Not only are you putting yourself in position to go to jail for just home invasion, you got evidence. You
got evidence. There's no way you beat this.
You can't beat this case, man. That's why I had to ask, was this shit real?
Yeah, man. There's no reason. Chicago.
Yeah, well,
I'm like, that shit, like, baby, that shit dead is over with for you, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing you can do. That shit's ultimate crash out, man. Like, you feel me? Before you do some shit, you gotta think about the crime, man, and think about, you know what I'm saying? Think about this shit, you feel me? Because what if she would have had a gun, you feel me? She would have blicked you down.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, if she could do that. Like, nobody thinks no more. She just straight crashed out. That shit finna cost her her life, cost her kids. A lot of times she got some, you know what I mean? Gonna cost her time out of kids' life. And shit, as a woman, man, make sure you keep that thing going just in case of situations like that, man. You feel me? Because
definitely.
That shit wild.
See, she get experience. You see her stand.
First time, boy.
Yeah, you're right.
She done kick some doors. She done most
Tiny said Shorty kicked that door like she was a police for real, bro.
I'm telling you, bro.
All right, man. This one I picked up too.
Oh yeah, I like this one.
Man. He dang, woo, man, over basketball, bro. Oh, but he did say he called him a slur. That what
he called him a slur and kind of spit at him.
Yeah.
But damn, shit.
Man, that's FOFA, man. If that's the case, that's FOFA all day. I mean, you fuck around and you find out.
Yeah, like, shit, he big anyway. He can switch to football. It's all right.
Yeah,
football. You gotta play basketball, boy. Just switch.
Just switch over to football. I'm pretty
sure
got a career. Coach, like, football coach, like, let me get him on my team. I need.
Yeah, he like, they had that melatonin. You had a lot of melatonin.
What's his name? Daddy say you ready to go night, nigga? You ready to go night?
He'll put niggas that boy. Shit.
Oh man. Well, bro, we got one more. I'm gonna bring one more up, and this one has been the controversy since the inauguration. So anybody that knows it knows. We can have difference of opinion here. Our choppers in it, this may be sensitive to some of our viewers. It may rile up some of our viewers. This is just opinion, allegation, whatever you may opinion on it. We're going to discuss it a little bit, but let me bring it up. Anyone has seen this? I've seen this shit discussed on the timeline, and I have intentionally just scrolled by, because I'm not gonna get caught up in the ignorance, but to address it, one thing I will say this: the motherfucking shit ain't got nothing to do with autism. I will say that we're not gonna use that as an excuse. You're not gonna sit up here and put any other electorate official who was elected and their regular wave and say that was the same thing. That's just my opinion. A lot of people have opinions. They want to compare and say it's the same thing. I'm not going to toe the line on this shit. It looked like what it looked like. That's me. But 438, you are more than welcome to share your opinion, bro.
Yeah, man. I did my homework. I was doing some homework on this shit. And you notice, man, like it's not a nice salute, but it's something deeper than that shit. You feel me? I ain't going to say I don't want to say too much to get the YouTube fucked up, but it's something deeper than this shit. It's deeper than that shit. Like, he been calling himself the God of Darkness lately. And look up I think like the Roman Empire, they did that same salute to the worship of certain god of back in the day, the god of the what I mean. So that shit just deep. I'm just telling you, just go down that rabbit hole and you'll figure out why the fuck he did what he did. Then you'll figure out why Trump's wife was dressed, why the fuck like how she was dressed, and you'll figure all that shit out. And you'll be like, oh, you know what I mean? This shit. But
once again, we'll say this. This is not an opinion based off of one angle on one side of the party, looking at that side and not addressing. We're looking at it as a whole.
Yeah,
they all are part of the same team. They just have differences of opinions on small things, but they all in the same club. Basically, I can say shit to him, but you can't say shit to them.
Yeah,
basically. It's that type shit. But let's see what he say. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah,
I like him.
We'll have a conspiracy night on the TDC, and I'll post the fucking, I'll post the article and the videos and shit. You know what I mean? And we'll see what the fuck it is, man.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Definitely. But yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and say he was damn dumb.
It's not a hit. I'm gonna show y'all when we have a TDC conspiracy. I'm gonna post that shit. Y'all gonna see what the fuck he was doing. That shit gonna blow your head like this.
We're gonna have a little deep dive discussion about this where we go a little different. We hope that our choppers will join us for that. But definitely when you go into that Rome, we gotta tie that shit into it's a lot of symbolism.
It's a lot of symbolism. That's what it is. A lot of symbolism.
Look at our country. What is the symbol of our country? What is the animal that symbolizes our country?
Yeah, the bird.
The eagle was the same symbolized animal and figure for Rome.
Yeah,
understanding a lot of the stuff that we do in this country was bit off a lot of parallels. The last great empire before ours, you had the Ottoman Empire, you had the Roman Empire. That a lot of the stuff we do is mimicking the Roman Empire, and
that's considered why you think Trump keep talking about welcome to the golden age.
Yeah,
look up what the Romans call. I'm trying to tell you, this shit is deep. This shit getting deep.
But let's just give our viewers just a little. I'm gonna give them a little basic comparison.
Yeah.
What did Rome do to distract its people?
Send y'all ass to the Coliseum, baby. I'm gonna send y'all to the Coliseum
to see the gladiator games. What do we sit and focus more on that we want to watch to get away our time from what's going on in society?
What people sit in spaces all day and talk about? Football.
Yep, sports. It's just modern day gladiator games. That's one thing. You know, Rome did what? They went around and conquered, warmongered. What do we do?
Change it to the clown show. Let you watch the clowns.
Yeah.
Guess what they do? Comedians, comics, television. They see this shit is all deep. Look, man, we look up we in the age of Saturn. That's what they quote unquote call it. Man, this shit just deep. We listen.
Yeah.
What day? Thursday, Saturday, or something. We'll have conspiracy night. I'm gonna blow y'all fucking mind with this shit.
Yeah,
man.
we're gonna have a TDC after dark. We got to take it to the projects and basically do it like that. All are welcome. It is not. This isn't about race. This isn't about gender, sexual. It's just our opinions supported with facts.
Yeah.
And we'll make sure we bring facts. Y'all tune in and y'all make sure y'all tap in with us. But I believe that's it, man.
Yeah.
We did a good job, but we do got one more promo we got to make sure, and that's the shout out to Domo.
Shout
That's my bad. I hit the button before you could say it, but I got saying shout out to Domo.
Yeah, shout out Domo.
Make sure for sure, man. But we
let's hit the comments one time. Check in with everybody before we get on the patio, man.
Yes, sir. Peter Shields was talking about taxes. Definitely,
yeah, taxes.
Taxes was another thing. Yes, the Chad.
Football.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We appreciate it once again, Pete.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Thank you to all our choppers, man. Just know that we are going to deep dive a lot more on other topics, not just football. We will talk about subjects within society, psychology, whatever y'all want. Hey, put it in the chat.
Yeah, put it in the chat.
Shit too.
We'll talk about it.
Tap in with the Twitter page. Put that shit on the Twitter page. DM the Twitter page.
I should just DM me personally. You feel me?
DM us personally.
Yeah.
Definitely. Hit any one of us up. We go in depth, man, because as we go on, it's all right for us as people to show more of our side than just the sports. Sports is always going to be a part of it. We love FSU. We love talking ball. That's something that I love to do. But there's more to this coin, and fourth grade is more. It's more to us than just that, and we like to chop it up. I'm gonna definitely want to get Tiny Hat back on here because him, maybe even get Ray in here. We can get Ray in here. We can go.
We get Ray in here, man.
Yeah, I like those educated and deep discussions where we just talk about things that's going on and things we see, man. But we really appreciate the choppers. We thank y'all, and once again,
shout out to the Daily Chop, man.
Shout out, and we out.
We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive.